Hey everybody, Mac here. Thanks for coming back to my channel, and you have caught me in my favorite and most exciting time of the year for movies, and that's Oscar season. Over the next 4, maybe even 5 videos, they're all going to be devoted to talking about the Oscars of 2019. But before we get started, please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell for notifications for all new videos that come through on my channel. Any viewer helps, any view helps, and I would just love to get, my love of the Oscars and movies out there to everybody, and you're the ones that can help with that. So thank you guys very much. So I have a long history with the Academy Awards. In fact, as far back as I can remember, I have always watched the Academy Awards. I think my first memory was actually seeing Platoon win Best Picture in 1986. That's how far back I go. I watched Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan, and I got really upset about it. And of course, one of the most recent and, most famous Oscar debacles was, when Moonlight won Best Picture, but La La Land got announced. Man, that was crazy. Especially when I was watching it with a bunch of people that didn't actually care for La La Land and went, I love La La Land. It was just great. So I love the Academy Awards, and I know there are people that try to tell me that it's all political and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I love it. I love the spectacle, and I love basically getting an excuse to watch all these movies leading up to the awards night. So I'm going to separate these videos into a bunch of different categories. And today's category is going to be just talking about the Best Picture nominees and the Best Director nominees, because they kind of go hand in hand with, I believe, 1 or 2 exceptions. The following video will be lead actor, lead actress focused. The next video after that will be supporting actor, supporting actress, and screenplays, meaning adapted and original. Then the video after that will be anything that I missed, because unfortunately when it comes to documentary shorts and animated shorts and that kind of thing, I don't get to see them. I don't get screeners. I'm not a critic. We'll see what happens with those. I'll do a wrap up. I'll also talk about animated feature and a lot of the the technical awards, cinematography, and so on and so forth. Then the awards will probably happen, and then I'll have a video after that about what I thought of the awards, what I thought about the winners. There's some prizes, some snubs, so on and so forth. So as we go through this, I'm also going to offer my predictions as we go, which will probably change as we go on, because I still haven't seen all of the Best Picture nominees. It means I also haven't seen all the actors and actresses at work. I haven't seen all the directors at work. So as today, I'm going to offer my earliest, who I think is going to win and who I think should win. Each video is going to offer that. And like I said, I might change it every once in a while. But like I said, it's going to be Oscar focused for a long time here, guys. So why don't we jump into this and start talking about today's topic, which is the Best Picture / Best Director. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to talk about the Best Picture nominees. And if the director also happens to be nominated with the picture that I'm talking about, I'll talk about that as well. Even if I haven't seen them, I'll offer a little bit of insight and then give you who I think is going to win and then who I think should win. So the nominees, if you look on any internet website, they're all listed in alphabetical order. So I'm also going to list them in alphabetical order. And the first Best Picture nominee is Black Panther. Now, this is a huge deal for pop culture because this is the first superhero movie that has been nominated for Best Picture. This is a big deal, and a lot of people were really pushing for Black Panther to get nominated for Best Picture. I don't understand why. Please don't misunderstand me. Black Panther is not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. The performances are awesome. The world building is unparalleled. Ryan Coogler did an amazing job of putting us in that world and, making Wakanda feel so real. But at its heart, it's really just another Marvel origin movie. And they're all very similar. A Doctor Strange and Ant-Man. They have the same beats as Iron Man or Captain America. And I think one of the things that bothered me the most about Black Panther is, at one point we're supposed to believe that T'Challa is dead. How dumb do you think we are, dude? Infinity War comes out in 3 months. You really think we're gonna think T'Challa's dead? No. All right, so there's no suspense. There's no surprises behind it. I will not deny the fact that, like I said, the performances are great. Michael B. Jordan was by far the best part of that movie. I love Chadwick Boseman. I think he's a perfect pick for Black Panther. And yes, some of the writing has a great angle of social commentary, and I think that's awesome, and it's very of the times. But I don't think it's worthy of a Best Picture nomination. And as you also saw with my previous videos, I also don't think it's worthy of putting on my top 10 list. It's good. It's not great. So Black Panther, first movie on the list. By the way, Ryan Coogler did not get a directing nomination for that, which I actually think he was a little bit more deserving than the movie was. The next movie I have not seen, and I really want to see. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It is Spike Lee's Black Klansman. I have heard nothing but wonderful things about this movie. It's not for lack of trying, but I just have not gotten a chance to see this yet. I'm thrilled. Not only did this get a Best Picture nominee, and a lot of people did not think it was going to, but also that Spike Lee got a directing nomination, because I believe he's got him in the past, but he is well-deserved. He has made some amazing movies. If you have not seen Do the Right Thing or Malcolm X, both of those are so worth your time, especially Do the Right Thing, because that movie, even though it takes place in like the late 80s, it is still timeless in its message. Just an unbelievable movie. And Malcolm X, really just to see Denzel Washington play that role is phenomenal. And Spike Lee's a great director. Some people, of course, label him as preachy. Some people label him as pretentious. I do not agree. I think Spike Lee's an awesome director. And I am anxious to see this movie. And I have not yet, but I'm going to. So congratulations on Black Klansman and on Spike Lee getting that directing nod. The next one up, and this is a huge surprise, is Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, there are a few reasons why this is a huge surprise. The first one is the critics really did not like Bohemian Rhapsody. I believe it stands at a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is not deserved of that. It is a great movie. It is just fills you with joy, listening to the music, experiencing the music. It's a wonderful movie. Now, why I'm surprised personally is it's a very standard music biopic. There's not a whole lot that sets it apart from other ones. It's very standard. It twists a lot of the facts. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. I've said all this before. But there's just not a lot that sets it aside that really makes it like a best picture to me. Again, it's not a bad movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I need something with a little bit more meat on its bones for me to consider it like a best picture contender. I think obviously the director didn't get nominated because Bryan Singer left the project, and then Dexter Fletcher had to jump on. But even though Bryan Singer still gets the credit, I don't think he was going to get a director nod. So, Bohemian Rhapsody. There you go. Next up is another movie that almost made my top 10 list. It is the period drama The Favorite. I knew watching it that it was going to be nominated for Best Picture. It is, as some people call, Oscar bait. However, sometimes that comes with a negative connotation, and you should not get that with The Favorite. The Favorite is an awesome movie. It is funny. It is twisted. It is disgusting. It is revealing. The acting is absolutely amazing, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the actresses category, because all three of the leads were nominated, rightly so. It was also nominated for Best Directing, which is great because it was actually kind of broken up into chapters in a really not standard type of way. It made the movie play a little bit more interesting in my eyes to break it up into chapters and make you pay attention to like why the chapter was called that as such. So the director, Greek director Yorgos Lanthimos, was nominated for this, and it's a wild movie. I do highly recommend you check it out because it is very different and just really good. Almost made my top 10 list, but not quite. Thinking about it again almost makes me regret not putting it on there. I'm sure if I watch it again, I know I'll regret not putting it on there, but either way, it's a great movie and it's a great pick. So, The Favorite and the director, Yorgos Lanthimos, nice job. The next one up is actually a movie I really wanted to see, but then I put a little bit of faith in critics who weren't looking at it as favorably as an Oscar caliber movie should have been, and it's Green Book. Well, look at me. I feel like an idiot now. I probably should have seen Green Book because it's nominated for Best Picture. I'm definitely going to check it out. I really like the idea and the concept and the story behind Green Book. It focuses, around a musician, which is my trade, so I would really kind of like to check it out. Just didn't get a chance to, because like I said, I listened to critics. So, Green Book, that was the next Best Picture nominee. Next down the line is Roma, which is the black and white Netflix movie from director Alfonso Cuarón. Everybody that's seen this has said it is really, really good. And of course I'm going to see it because I have a subscription to Netflix. Why would I not see it? This movie was nominated for Best Picture, and Alfonso Cuarón, again, nominated for Best Director. He's been in, the Oscar race before. He won Best Director for Gravity, which I thought was completely overrated, but once again, that's just me. I think really because of Alfonso Cuarón's name on this picture, it may give it a really good shot to win Best Picture. I'm definitely going to get around to watching Roma sooner than later because, all I have to do is basically sit on that couch right behind me and pop on the TV and watch Roma. No effort required. The next movie, you guys know, is my favorite movie of 2018, and that's A Star is Born. Of course, I've talked at length about A Star is Born and how much I love almost every aspect of it. I'm very upset to see that Bradley Cooper did not get a directing nomination for it, and I wouldn't worry. Bradley Cooper's going to get a Best Director nomination and probably an Oscar at some point in his career, so don't concern yourself with that he got snubbed. Don't worry about it. Still think he's got a pretty good shot at winning Best Picture. And the final pick is Vice, and its director, Adam McKay, also got nominated. Vice really caters to the Hollywood elite, meaning like liberals. It's okay. What came out of it was a thoroughly entertaining movie and a unbelievably well-directed movie, which I'm so happy that Adam McKay got a directing nod because he really deserved it. I don't see this winning Best Picture, but I do see it winning some awards, and we'll talk about that again at a later video. But the last nominee was Vice. So I talked about 4 of the 5 directors that were nominated, and there's one director that was nominated that didn't get nominated for Best Picture, but his film did get nominated for Best Foreign Film, and that's Paweł Pawlikowski for Cold War. I read up a little bit before I did this video, and supposedly every shot is a masterpiece, and he's well-deserved. And again, it's actually one of the 2 movies nominated, one of the 2 directors nominated that shot their movie in black and white. Alfonso Cuarón's Roma is shot in black and white, and Cold War is shot in black and white. Yeah, that's kind of a director nod that came out of nowhere, but you know what? Good for him. The movie's that good, and it should be recognized, and I think that's Poland's foreign film nominee, so congratulations, and best of luck, man. I definitely want to check this movie out now because I want to see how this dark horse candidate stacks up against these heavies that got nominated for Best Director. Now, real quick before I wrap it up, who do I think is gonna win Best Picture at this point? Okay, we're talking, this is the end of January, and the Academy Awards are not until the end of February. So at this exact moment, who do I think will win? For Best Picture, if I had to guess Best Picture right now, I would go for Roma. And if I had to pick Best Director right now, I would also say Alfonso Cuarón. Now, it's very interesting that I say that because I told you, I haven't seen Roma yet. But I think just because of his name and the buzz that this movie is getting, not to mention the fact I also think a lot of Academy voters really want to recognize Netflix as a heavy hitter in the motion picture industry. I know there are a lot of directors and a lot of producers that do not. Whether you like it or not, Hollywood, man, Netflix is making its dent. So right now, as of this first video, I am calling Roma and Alfonso Cuarón to win Best Picture and Best Director, respectively. As far as who I want to win, I would love A Star is Born to win Best Picture, and I really, really want Adam McKay to win Best Director. That's a pipe dream. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what I want in my heart. Now understand, I could do a whole video on snubs, but I'm not going to because I want to focus on the nominees and I want to focus on educating my viewers on these nominees and what I think is worth watching, what I think is not worth watching, and of course, my opinions on should it be nominated, should not be nominated, that kind of thing. So snubs are not going to be a part of this. It's all going to be about the nominees themselves. I may mention a few snubs here and there, like I already mentioned Bradley Cooper getting, overlooked for Best Director, and there are a few other ones I know off the top of my head I'm going to bring up, but I'm not going to make it a focus. But if you guys want to leave me some comments about some people that you think might have been snubbed for Director and or some pictures that might have been snubbed for Best Picture, please do. What do you think about my picks? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you disagree, what do you think is going to win Best Picture and Best Director? Put them in the comments. I love reading them, and I will be back shortly with a video on the best performances given by a lead actor or actress in the year of 2018. But until then, thank you for watching, as always, guys. This is Mac saying I am out.